onto this developing story now. For 4 days, Chatsworth residents have had no running water. The water supply was interrupted on Friday, apparently due to a fault with Ethekwini Municipality's infrastructure. Residents say adequate water tankers are not being provided across their community and they have to get water themselves. Karinda Jagmohan joins us now from the area of Chatsworth, where she's going to tell us about the situation there. Karinda, a very good morning to you. So I can tell you that in Gauteng, we usually experience heavy rains as we are today, and residents start complaining about the blockage of stormwater drains. Is that what possibly led to this situation in Chatsworth?
Well, no, here in Chatsworth, residents have not had water for the past 4 days. According to the Ethekwini Municipality, this is because of an infrastructure fault at one of the pump stations that actually have water supply to these Chatsworth areas. We understand that all 3 pumps have broken down and unable to pump water to the local reservoir. And as a result, over the past 4 days, residents have been scrambling for water. In fact, there's a valve that I'm going to show you now. And the valve that's just towards the end of this road here is where some residents were lined up this morning to get water. They lined up from around 6 o'clock this morning, only just a few minutes ago to be told that there would not be water coming from this valve. It's just from a local fire department here, and that's how residents have been scrambling to get water. Now, there has been an issue here about water tankers, wherein residents say that they've not received assistance from water tankers. They claim that there's discrimination, whereby that water tankers are not going to certain streets, and in some cases there's blockages by these water tankers where residents who are not specifically from that community still go to where the water tankers would be, and of course then take that water, leaving that local community without their precious resources. Some people though have decided to take it upon themselves to actually get private water tankers. One of them, Siva Naika. Mr. Naika, I see another water tanker has just stopped here, but just tell me about this crisis you've been in for the past 4 days and how it's affected you personally.
It affected us badly because why? We got old people at home, so they need water as well. So I have to go in my car and go and look for water, but I don't want to take. When I went to Chatsworth Stadium yesterday, the council was just taking the water and going to the area. So it came to our area, there was no council at all, because I spoke to the guys over there, which was not right at all. When they come for votes, they come for the Indian community. So it wasn't right at all.
What's been the issue with water tankers? Because just us, driving around Chatsworth, we're unable to actually see them on resident street.
Yes, because I've been following the tankers as well. So when I was going to the Demet and Meridian, it was too far for me to travel to catch them, because it wasn't coming in Chatsworth. Yeah.
Mr. Naka, you've also now, this is a private water tanker. Tell me about how residents have had to take it upon themselves to find their own private sources of water.
Yeah, yesterday morning I was here at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was collecting water from the hydrant. So I see now they closed it up. Yeah. So the only means of water was this. Yeah.
Well,
so I had to travel like about 10 km to come here.
Long journey,
Yeah.
10 kilometers out of Chatsworth. We were at a local mosque recently. That mosque has a borehole, and that's also where some residents are being able to get water. But just now, a water tanker has stopped in this area, and there's quite a line forming now. And so what the situation is in this instant is that when people would send out notices that this water tanker has in fact stopped here, then this area would actually get crowded. And just even driving around the Chatsworth area, so many vehicles, as well as especially vans, loaded with buckets wherein residents are searching for water tankers to try and get water. I'm just going to ask my cameraman to come and we can show you, this situation here. And you can just see now the number of cars that have surrounded this water tanker. This is because for really 4 days, people have not had water. Local councillors say that water, or rather there was going to be a temporary solution and some sort of water supply would return today, but that has not been the case, residents tell us, and they say that in many cases in the time now of COVID-19, they want to of course be hygienic and support the sanitary protocol that is in place, but they can't do that because they're scouring for this precious resources. So we're going to be of course exploring further, speaking to residents there about really now this fight for water. According to the Ethekwini Municipality, it may take up to 4 weeks to permanently resolve the situation and the faults with the infrastructure, the local infrastructure here. So we're going to see how that plays out and really how this area, the suburb, which is home to thousands, is going to actually manage in this time.
Karinda, I'm not sure if I heard you correctly there. The municipality says it's going to take 4 weeks to solve this situation. Why is that?
That's correct. They say in a statement that they've released that due to the faults with their infrastructure at the local pump station, it may take up to 3 to 4 weeks to actually conduct permanent repairs as well as continue with their maintenance. On the ground, local councillors have said that there is a temporary solution they're trying to put in place. At that time, they said that this would be resolved by today, but that's not what we are seeing on the ground. You can see more residents pulling up here, having heard that this particular water tanker has arrived now. They've been standing here from very early this morning. So those residents who gave up on this valve here have left. They went home, but now others are returning as this water tanker has finally arrived. So it's clearly now, a fight for whatever water they can get, because some of the issues that they experience is that water tankers do not come across every single street, but instead stop more on the main roads in this area. And so because of that, as a result now, residents need to actually try and find where these water tankers are, and once they get there, be in line, or of course try and beat the line to ensure that they get the supply that they need.
Karinda Jagmohan, thank you very much for giving us that update. A very terrible situation there. Can you imagine those residents of Chatsworth not having water for 4 weeks, and we are told we need to sanitize, wash our hands regularly? Really, it is an unpleasant situation.